Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Destiny and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're going to go ahead and start working with the product detail view. And in this one, we're going to be writing a detail view that's going to display all the informations that a product have got, like the price, the specifications, the descriptions, the size, the color, and all that kind of cool stuff. So if you want to see more videos like this, do make sure to drop a like, consider subscribing, as it really means the world to me. And if you want to get the template, check out the link in the description. They should point you to the right directions to get a template. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is go ahead and open up the comment prompt over here, and I'm simply going to cd into this eCommerce file that I'll be working with, and I'm going to open it up on Visual Studio Code with code dots. So when that's opened up, that's pretty much what I want to do. I'm going to go ahead and run my server now, so I'll see what I have on my browser for now. So I'm going to be using the integrated terminal for running off servers, and I'm going to be using this one over here for doing things like migration, make migrate, and all that kind of stuff that we've been doing from the other videos. Now the integrated terminal is up, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and run server. So while the server is coming on, as you can see, it's on already, so I could just come over here and look for that. This is it over here. Now our website is up and running. So what I want to do is when I click on a product, when I click on this product or on this one, I want to go ahead and open up a new page where they're going to show me everything that's related to the product. Okay, hopefully you guys understand. Now in order to do that, you want to open up your views.py, and I think my code editor looks a little bit, the font looks a little bit small, so I'm just going to zoom this in so you guys could see everything that's going on. Hopefully this is okay and you can see. So I'm gonna minimize that one a bit, and I'm gonna close this one off just a bit. Okay, so I'm gonna open up my views.py over here, and in order to start writing the detail view, all you want to do is just create a new function, and that one is going to be called product_detail, product_detail, and remember that one is going to be a view, so I'm just going to grab this view over here, product_detail view, and we're going to pass in requests, and alongside request we want to also pass in another argument. And why are we going to pass in that other argument? That's because we want to get one product. Okay, and if you take a close look at the admin section, I'm going to come over to the admin section. Okay, there's going to be a problem if we don't get rid of that and also pass. So we just need to pass. So we're gonna be able to open up this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, firstly I'm gonna log in. As you can see, it requires me to log in, and after logging in, I'm simply gonna come over to the product section and take a close look at each and every one of those products. Now what I could do is this, I'm just gonna hop over to the admin real quick, and alongside the title and all this featured product status, I also want to display the PID. Okay, so I don't have to open them up all in before I see the PID. So this is it. Now what do you notice? Each and every one of those products that we've got over here have different PIDs, and these product IDs are what we use to identify each product. Okay, so 311 AB2 F5 FE, whenever we call this is gonna know, okay, you're trying to access the body lotion product. So that's what we're going to be using. Now in order to be able to get one single product, we want to also identify them with this, and for that we are simply going to come over here, and in here we could pass this in. Okay, but there's going to be a problem, and that's because in here it's more recommended that you pass in things like strings. Okay, and you might even see something like ID should be equal to none. You could do something like this in here, but for now let's just pass in PID. But hopefully you know that you could pass bananas in here. Okay, now what I'm going to pass in here is PID, product ID, and when I've passed that in, I'm simply going to get a single product, and for that I'm going to say product should be equal to product.objects.get. So we won't be using all or filter. Whenever you use all or filter, that means you want to get all the products that you've got in your database. Whenever you use filter, that means you want to get all the products that you've got in your database, depending on whatever filter that you're writing. But whenever you use get or get object of 404, that means you are trying to get one, and I repeat, one single item or object from the database. So for this one, I'm simply going to say PID should be equal to what? PID. And there is another way to do this, that is using the get_object of 404. If you don't want to do it that way, I'm just gonna look for get object of 404. So what we could do is just get down here, and I'm gonna say products should be equal to, then you could pass get object of 404 just like this, and the model that we're looking for is products, and then we're gonna say PID should be equal to PID. So either one is going to work for you, but I don't know, I just prefer using this one at the top over here because some beginners actually understand this one more and prefer using it. So that's why I like using it in my tutorials. So I'm going to stick with that one, and I'm going to create a context, and in this context, context dictionary, I'm going to pass in the key, the product, and I'm going to pass in the value, the product variable that we created at the top. Now finally, I'm going to go ahead and return a template. So I'm going to say return render, and I'm going to pass in request in there, and this one is going to be core/product-detail.html, and I'm going to pass in context. So hopefully you guys already have a clear understanding of everything that's going on over here, because I've been explaining all this in the other videos that we'll be doing. Now I'm going to come over to the URL over here, and for the products detail, I don't want to create it down here. I just want to create it over here, somewhere here. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this list, and I'm just going to pass in detail over there, and instead of the products list view, I'm going to look for, let me just get down, I'm going to look for the product detail view, and that will get imported over there at the top. Okay, now finally, I'm going to come over to products, and after the slash, I'm going to open up angle brackets, and I'm going to pass in the PID. So the PID is pretty much, you already guessed it right, whatever you passed in here. Okay, burrito, sandwich, whatever you passed in, that's what you should put in the PID. So when that's done, I'm simply gonna come back here. Hopefully my server is still running, and I'm gonna copy this one. So that's copied. Now I'm gonna come over to slash products. Take note, this is going to be slash product slash, then I'm going to paste the ID that I copied. So now what do you notice? It's working perfectly well, but it says, hey, come on, I need a template, I need something to show you. That means we're going to copy the product detail.html, and we need to create a template with that name. So over here, I'm just going to right click, I'm going to click on new file, and I'm going to create a product-detail.html template. And when we refresh, what do you notice? The error is gone. So I'm going to come over here to the template, and I'm going to grab the product detail template. And also, you already know, if you want to get a template, check out the link in the description. They should point you to the right direction to get the templates. Okay, so the templates that we are looking for is this one over here, the shop product vendor. That's what we're going to be using, and I'm just going to open it up so we see how beautiful it looks. This is it over here. Okay, so this is what we're going to be changing up right now, and everything is really going to be amazing. So let's go ahead and get started. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to copy all the whole code that we've got in there, and I also want to close this up, because if I keep leaving it up, I'm gonna have a whole lot of windows opened up, and that won't be good for my PC. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over to the vendor list, and I'm simply gonna copy this over here, and I'm gonna come just down here, and we want to look for the header. So that's what we're looking for. I'm just gonna minimize that one just like that, and I want to remove everything at the top. Okay, so I'm going to remove everything at the top over there, and I'm going to paste what we've got. So, and you guys already know, we're going to remove everything in the footer, and we're also going to paste this over there, and I'm simply going to end block, and I want to align this. Okay, so when that's done, let's get back here and refresh this page. So what do you notice? This is what we've got, but the products are not actually showing up. That's because we want to, add in the auto Django thing. That's automatically going to fill up all the Django static files for us. Okay, so Ctrl+Shift+P, and I'm going to hit auto Django over there, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get back here and refresh. Now what do you notice? This is what we've got. Everything is looking good. So without wasting any more time, let's just go ahead and start changing up everything. And we're going to be starting with this image, right? Because that's the first thing that I could see over there, and I think this is where the image should be. Let's see, these are the main slides. These are all the images. Then this ones over here are those ones that we've got down here. Take note of that. And those ones over here are those ones that we have just at the top over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove all this, and I'm going to stick with only two. Okay, so I'm going to stick with only two. Now this first one is going to be the main image. So I'm just going to say product. I'm going to say product.image.url. So I don't want to keep typing out products because that's pretty long text for me. I'm just gonna get back here and I'm gonna change this product to P. So instead, now what I'm gonna be using is P, and hopefully you guys are gonna have a clearer understanding of how all this context dictionary key value pair thing works. Okay, so I'm gonna open up the product detail again, and instead of the product image, I'm gonna say p.image.url, and I'm gonna refresh this. So now what do you notice? Now we've got this, right? But the thing is just that I'm gonna come over here, and I want to open up all this, Okay, so we got a main image. Now how do we go ahead and get the other images? Hopefully you guys know that one product, this one over here, that's the body lotion, it has more than one image, right? I'm just gonna look for the body lotion. This is it over here. So how do we actually get all the other image that the body lotion have got? I'm gonna open this up, which is the body lotion, and I'm gonna come over to products images. As you can see, this okay, it doesn't have any image, so I'm just gonna go ahead and upload some images for it real quick, and we should be done. So I'm gonna open this up. I'm gonna come over to assets. I'm gonna come over to images, come over to shop, and I just want to upload whatever image my eye can land on. So I'm gonna open up all those ones over here. I don't want to choose any banana. I just want to choose products that looks like lotion. Okay, so now we have all those products. So how do we get all those products in this place? Now it's going to be quite easy, and what we're going to be doing is this. In order to get the products, you want to open up your views.py again. So I'm going to open up my views.py, and just over here I want to write a simple line that's going to help us get the image. I'm going to say p_images, which is products images, you call it whatever you want, should be equal to, now this time around what you want to do is simply say products, which is this one that I have over here. I'm just going to say products dot, then I'm going to say product_images, or to even keep things short, I'm going to say p_images dot all. Okay, so what's going on? I know that's what you're gonna be saying. Now take note, we filtered a single product from here, right? Now we want to get all the images that is related to those products. That's why we called products.p_image.all. Actually, where is this p image coming from? So let's go and look for it. So if you come over to the models.py, I'm gonna open up my models.py, and I'm gonna keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. Now what do you notice over here? We've got products, right? Take a look at this product. Now this product is supposed to have a related name, so we're going to pass in a related underscore name. And what are we going to call this? We're going to call it p_images or p_image. But since we call this p_images, make sure that whatever you have over here is going to be p_images. Now you guys guessed it right already. We need to go ahead and run the for loop. So I'm just gonna, okay, there is a problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up. Let's see what the problem is. So it says, okay, the problem should be a comma problem. So we didn't add a comma where we are supposed to add it. So over here, we are supposed to have a comma down there. And I think everything should be satisfied. So just in here, I'm going to run python manage.py, make migrations, and migrate. So I'm going to say python manage.py, make migrations. Now I've noticed that whenever you add related name, even if you don't make migration, it actually, works. But what do you notice? Now we make migration and it actually altered the field. So I'd highly recommend you always make migration whenever you mess with a model, just like I've said. Now all this should be working. I'm gonna check that out again. In my views.py, this is what we've got. So what we need to do is come over here and we need to pass in the p images in here. Okay, so I'm gonna pass in p images. Now I want to copy the p images, and I'm gonna get back to the product detail. This is the product detail over here. And I want to run a for loop on this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get back here, and I'm gonna say for p in p images, and over here what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna end for. So I'm gonna end for. Okay, so now we need to change this dummy image to the main image that we're gonna be using. And what do you think that's gonna be? That's gonna be p_image.image.url. But I need to confirm something, and that is simply coming over to the model and check out this image. So as you can see, it's called images, but over here what we passed in was image, so we need to pass in an s over there for everything to work perfectly well. So how about we refresh before we continue? So let's see everything that's going on, and hopefully nothing have gone wrong. So that's it. Now another thing that I would want to change is this one's over here. Then we're going to go ahead and test it out finally. So I'm just going to copy the p image. Actually, is that p image or p images? You want to make sure that all those are correct. This is the p image, right? So head back to the product detail. Actually, I could even just go ahead and pin this product detail because I'll be using that a whole lot of time. And I'm also pin the views.py because those are the things that I'm going to be using. And also if I've seen the URLs and the model, I'm just going to pin the model, and I'm going to go ahead and close up all other tabs. So these are all the things that I need. So just down here now, we need to go ahead and paste this for loop thing, and I'm just gonna bring it down. And over here, what do we want to do? We're going to go ahead and end for. Okay, so we are ending the for now, but this one over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say p.image.url. So p.image.url. So hopefully you understand what's going on. This p.image.url is pretty much the thumbnail, like the cover photo that we used for the image. Now this one is the other images that we added. Okay, so now if we refresh this, this is what we've got. Okay, so now what we simply need to do is go ahead and change up all these other things that we've got over here, and that should be p_image.images.url, and we should be finally done. Okay, so now when you open this up, we should refresh one more time. Okay, there is a problem. This image isn't showing up. There is a problem. So let's see what's the problem. This is for p. Okay, this is supposed to be p. Okay, this is supposed to be p.images, just like we got over here. So I'm gonna refresh one more time, and this should be working perfectly well. Okay, now what do you notice if we click on this? We are supposed to have the image, but it's not opening up, so that's a problem. Now how do we fix this? Now let's go ahead and see how we could fix this. So over here we said for p in that, and we passed in p_image instead of the p. Hopefully you caught that before me. So now if I refresh this one more last time, what do you notice? We got the products images showing up perfectly well, and this is coming dynamically from the database. So how about I want to look for the fresh pair, and let's see what the fresh pair I've got to give us. I'm going to open the fresh pair up, and now what do you notice? This is the fresh pair, and it's got its own images. Okay, I think, yeah, that's going to be it for the image. Let's go ahead and start changing up every other thing that we've got. We've got this sale off. This one we're going to be using as a percentage sign, so I'm just going to say minus, and this place I'm going to say p.get_percentage, because that's what we called it in the model instead of percentage. And I'm going to come over here and okay, as you can see, that's working, but I want to add a float format, so I'm going to say float format, and I simply want to pass in 0 over there, and at the back I'm going to pass in percent. So float format 0 simply means we don't want to have any decimal numbers over there. We just want to have the 40, just the whole numbers. Okay, and for this one I'm going to go ahead and change up the title, so I'm just going to say p.title, and now if we refresh, what do you notice? We got a title over there. So for now we don't have the views. We're going to be working with the views in the next video, I think. Let me come over here and look at everything that we've got. We've got product detail. Yeah, after the product detail, then this the product rating. So let's get back. Now the next thing we need to change is the prices. So I'm going to come over here and change the prices, and that should be it. So firstly, I'm going to copy the percentage thing again that we got before. I'm just going to copy this, and you see this place that we got my 26% off. I'm just going to paste that over here. Okay, and that should be it. Now another thing I'm going to do is for the price, I'm just going to say that should be the new price, not the old price. So I'm going to say p.price. Okay, just like that. And for this one also, I'm going to say p.old_price. Okay, so that's what we've got. And for this one, I'm just gonna get down here, and that should be the description, I think. So I'm gonna say p.description. Okay, so p.description. Now I'm gonna refresh this, and this is what we've got. This is a really fresh pair. So now that we've worked with the description and we're in the detail view, I don't even think that in the next video we're gonna go ahead and work with the rating. I think we're gonna go ahead and work with tags and rich text uploading field, because I want to show you guys how to do that. That's gonna be pretty fun, you know, using rich text editors to, you know, add up your description instead of this dummy ugly looking text box. Now that's what we're going to be doing in the next video. So p.description, that's cool, and our product doesn't have sizes, so I'm going to cover this up. What our products have got is different categories. It's got vendors, so that's what we're going to be filtering by. But as I said earlier, this project is fully scalable. If you want to add in sizes, if you want to add in colors, all you need to do is just get over to the model and just add in a new field over here. Just add in a new field just below the price, just add in color, add in size, and, you know, just tweak some very simple JavaScript, and you'll be on your way to having a new feature in your e-commerce site. So that's pretty much what we've done. I'm just gonna get back here and let's refresh this. This is how it's looking. And okay, now we just need to go ahead and change up all those other things. Okay, so how we got a type? I don't think we've got a type in our model. I'm just gonna get back to the model and let's see what we've got. Okay, we don't have no type, we just have specifications. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get rid of the type. Manufactured is this date, and life is 70 days. School, we've got school stocks, 8 item in stocks. Okay guys, I think I want to add some things to the model, because if you take a close look over here, you're gonna see that there are some pretty cool things that I could see over here that I don't have yet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get back to the model, and just below the specification, that's where I want to add up some things. So I'm just gonna copy the title, and I'm gonna paste this down here, and I'm gonna pass in type. So what is the type of the product? And for the default, I'm just gonna say organic, just like they said over there. You could pass in whatever you want. It might be clothes, it might be footwears, maybe whatever you want. Okay, so I passed in that. And also I want to pass in stock underscore count. So this is simply gonna, like hold whatever items that we've got in the stock, 8 items in the stock. And yeah, so should we put this as an integer field? Okay, let's just leave it as this. So I'm gonna say 8 items. I'm just gonna pass in 8. Okay, so or we could just pass in 10. That should be cool. So another thing that we're gonna be needing is the life. So how long is this product gonna live for, like the expiry date or something like that. But I'm just gonna stick with life, and let's just say 100 days. That's how long it's gonna live for, or 100 months. So I'm just gonna pass in days. Now another thing that we've got is the manufactured. So the manufactured, we ain't gonna be using char field, we're gonna be using date. Okay, so I'm gonna say date, and this should be MFD, which is the manufactured, and this shouldn't be auto now add, should be equal to true. It should be auto now add should be equal to false, but null can be true and the blank can be true. If you don't pass in the null can be true and blank can be true, then we're gonna have a problem whenever we want to run migrations, and that's because we've got some products in our database already that have gotten some fields that doesn't have all this manufactured livestock count and all this. So it's gonna throw an error. It's gonna be like, okay, so Destiny, since you started adding up these new fields halfway into the project, what do you want us to add for the other projects that don't have this field? What should we do? Should we go ahead and just say null can be true for all of them? And that's exactly what we want. So null can be true. Now I'm just gonna copy this, null can be true, blank can be true, and I'm gonna put it for some of this. So for the type, yeah, null can be true and also blank can be true. It's totally up to them, whatever they want to add in. For the specifications, null can be true, blank can also be true. And for the product description, I think that looks good. For the stock count, okay, let's just say null can be true, and also for the life. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and run our server. There is a problem, definitely. It says repeated null, so this is it over here. I'm just gonna get rid of this one, and okay, it's working. So now I'm gonna run python manage.py make migrations, and also python manage.py migrate, and we shouldn't get any error.